Hello, I'm Kelsey Matheson, and today is day five of my 30-day renewal. And I have a question for you. Are you more comfortable telling people your age than you are your weight? Look, someone's age and weight don't typically come up in conversation, I know, but isn't it interesting that the emotions that surface when you just think about that scenario? Here's the thing, health is a personal journey. Weight loss or gain is also a very personal journey. And some people might watch this and roll their eyes thinking that I really have nothing to worry about in terms of my weight. Some people might even say, Kelsey, you don't look unhealthy, you're not obese. But the truth of the matter is that my weight has been a private struggle for me, and this is actually the first time that I'm discussing it publicly. So over the past year, I have not liked what I see when I look in the mirror. I don't like the way my clothes fit me. I don't like the way I feel when I wake up in the morning. But it wasn't always that way. As a kid, I was super skinny, I was tall, I was lanky, but I could eat. Like my grandmother always commented on the fact that she didn't know where I put it all. You know, I lived my life being able to pretty much eat anything that I wanted, and I always stayed slim. But I could eat and eat and eat if I was hungry, and it never impacted how I looked on the outside. And then as I got older, of course, there were lifestyle changes as well as physical changes that I experienced, as we all do. And how I looked on the outside was starting to change. And in my 30s, which I think is common, I had to work out a little longer and a little more regularly to be able to fit into my favorite jeans. And then I met Scotty, who's now my husband. And over time, I wasn't necessarily exercising as often. We became, comfortable with each other, and, we were so crazy in love that it didn't really matter if I gained a few extra pounds here or there. I wasn't even really conscious about it. I wasn't thinking about it. And then in my mid-30s, I had my daughter. I started my business, Anamaya Resort, and I was chronically functioning on adrenaline. During that time, I actually ended up losing a ton of weight, but that was because it was a symptom of elevated stress and working way too hard and not allowing my body to recover. And inevitably, I ran my health into the ground. My thyroid was shot, my adrenals were shot, my metabolism was shot, and I was also dealing with depression. So after a while, my body just couldn't take it any longer. I couldn't run on adrenaline. So the burnout got even worse, and my weight started to shoot back up. So it was a roller coaster ride. I mean, emotionally, physically, mentally, that entire experience ended up guiding me to focus specifically on women's health and wellness. And I went on this 4-year journey. Well, truthfully, it continues, but I went on this journey to reclaim my health, and I partnered with a number of female experts on the most misdiagnosed and the most misunderstood areas of women's health, because I wasn't getting the support that I needed with conventional medicine. And everything I learned during that time, I used to create the Optimal Health and Conscious Living Academy for women who felt like their health and their bodies were totally out of control. They felt like the rug had been ripped out from underneath them in terms of their health. And during the creation of that program, and even after it launched, I felt so good. I felt fantastic, right? And it's hard to admit that after all of that, after all that knowledge and support I received, and after creating a program that helped hundreds of other women, I ended up falling back into a health funk. And so over the past couple of years, my physical and emotional health took a turn in a direction that I was not anticipating. And I've slowly been gaining unwanted weight. And then the pandemic came along and literally tipped the scales. So one of my goals for this 30-day renewal that I've started is to get my weight back to a place that I feel comfortable, that's healthier. I know I'm also dealing with some hormonal imbalances, and I'm working on that. I know since COVID hit, there have been emotional triggers that I have been numbing with wine and chips and chocolate, which have contributed to the weight gain. And look, I know a lot about hormonal health and proper sleep habits and body image and endocrine disruptors and toxins and all the things when it comes to women's health. But I don't know it all. I'm still learning. And what I do know is that I have made certain choices and certain decisions that have gotten me here, and I'm not happy with where I'm at, so I know I need to make new decisions to create a new outcome for myself. So today is day 5, not 10, 5. Today is day 5 of my 30-day renewal, and I am 4.5 pounds down. My goal is another 16 to 17 pounds. Typically in the beginning of a cleanse or a detox, you do lose more weight daily as your body releases retained water. So I don't anticipate reaching my goal within the next 25 days because look, I'm not interested in doing some crash diet that will cause me more harm than good. My focus truly is on my health and my wellness. So I don't want to set myself up for failure. I really want this to be healthy, sustainable, and successful. So I am starting each day drinking 16 to 24 ounces of celery juice on an empty stomach. There's nothing else in the juice. I'm also doing what's called the accelerated version of the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation by a company called Purium. And any meals that I'm eating, I'm specifically eating from the recipes in the book Cleanse to Heal. And I'm incorporating meditation. I'm incorporating exercise. I'm drinking at least 100 ounces of water per day. I'm working on keeping myself accountable. I'm working on my mindset, and I'm taking consistent action. And the most importantly, I know my why. I know why I'm doing this, right? Because look, there's no one-size-fits-all approach to health. But what I'm also realizing is that what helped me back in the past is actually going to look a little different than what's going to help me now, right? My personal approach to health and wellness needs to evolve, grow, and change just as I grow, evolve, and change. And please let me know what's worked for you in the past or what your journey has looked like and what that evolution looks like for you. I would love to hear from you. All right, ciao for now.